Good evening. I'm delighted to say that we continue to strive in every direction to raise our profile and attract new business to Gibraltar. We have a good and powerful message where quality, regulation and reputation are at the cornerstone of everything that we do. As the sector acknowledges, our commitment to compliance with international standards was the right thing to do. Our work with the regulators and representative bodies are the right thing to do, all working together to benefit Gibraltar plc. As an example of this work, I'd like to give you a few examples of what we have done this past month in just the last 30 days. We have co-hosted the 5th KPMG e-gaming summit here in Gibraltar for some 240 delegates and launched our gaming review, the majority of delegates from outside Gibraltar. We have organised and hosted the first ever Gibraltar Finance Funds Conference in Gibraltar for over 100 delegates, again, mostly from outside Gibraltar. We have attended together with the private sector the Family Wealth Conference in London. We have witnessed the launch of the first ever ILS transaction here in Gibraltar by one of our very own gaming companies, a new product for Gibraltar that we launched in these last 12 months. We've also attended and supported a funds conference in Paris and a further one last week in London. This week, we are at BIBA, an international insurance conference in Manchester. We've also published command papers on 3 new pieces of legislation for the financial services sector, which we have worked on with them these past 12 months. All of this just within the last month. And of course, it continues. In June, we spent 3 days in Bermuda. In July, 2 days in Singapore and 2 days in Hong Kong. And in each of these places, we will host Gibraltar flagship events, where we will have some 100 local professionals from each jurisdictions attending our events and wanting to learn more about Gibraltar and its proposition. But the real beauty of what we are doing is that everything we do in real partnership with the private sector. Whether it's looking at legislation, or where we should be marketing, or marketing itself, or new products for the sector and the industry, or working through challenges that the sector may face in time going forward, we do it together, always working side by side, looking out for what is best for Gibraltar as a jurisdiction. We still have a long way to go to catch up for the lost years, and new challenges will of course appear. But I am delighted at the progress that we are making, and I must and I have to thank all those many professionals in the private sector who support us with their time, their knowledge, and of course their expertise. Our financial services community continues to grow, and so does our commitment to it. We are working on a review of certain of our products and introduction of new ones. We are working on legal reform with the FSC also in the Finance Centre on the improvements to our regulatory regime. We have to be faster and better at what we do, but I have every confidence that we will get there. In gaming also we continue to grow in a steady and sustainable manner, and with excellence always in mind. We are the world's premier online gaming jurisdiction, and it is right that we should continue to protect our brand and our reputation in the manner that we are doing. We are currently conducting a review of our entire gaming legislation and proposition to ensure that this is fit for purpose for the next generation of businesses coming to Gibraltar and those that are already here. We are doing this hand in hand with the gaming sector, and they will of course be consulted every step of the way. We have had the challenges of the point of consumption tax and different countries introducing their own licensing regimes. It has been a challenging few years, but despite this, and some suggesting that our gaming sector is shrinking, today we have more licensees than ever before, more executives and staff than ever before, and I'm delighted to tell you that we are 50% bigger today than we were in 2010, just 5 years ago. A remarkable achievement when you consider all the challenges that we have faced together. A centre of excellence is what we are working to maintain, and our new Gibraltar University will also support this important sector in the area of responsible gambling. A further step in the right direction, working together. In the port, our registries continue to perform well, and our bunkering statistics are on their way back to where we want them to be. We work closely with the operators in the industry and understand each other, and are focusing on a number of new areas which we believe will enable our sector to continue to grow further, but always working together. Your government is working in every direction that we promised and delivering what many believed to be impossible. The opposition will continue to throw stones, as they believe they must, but we remain focused and energised on the job in hand and will not be distracted. The opening last week of the Gibraltar International Bank is a further shining example of this. A modern, innovative and independently managed bank by professionals is what we promised in December 2013. And that is exactly what we have delivered. An institution we can and all should be proud of. You will know that an election will be called, we expect this year. We will not tire of telling you why we believe we should be trusted with your support. But we will always remain humbled and determined to meet your expectations and deeply conscious of the responsibility and trust that you have placed in us. Thank you for listening and good night.